All right, we're reviewing for the test today. I believe it's the chain rule. Yeah, whatever section the chain rule is. Test is 4 problems.
What?
Wait, let me turn this.
Test is 4 problems? They're probably like...
Oh, yeah, they have multiple parts. No, it's
It's like the AP. Like there's like 4 divisions. Like 50.
number 1. First question. We know the first question.
Wait, the definition, your definition.
Oh, the derivative.
Find the derivative at a point x. Two interpretations. Continuity. X equals that. What would we write? With the answer in green. I don't really have. Oh, this is a nice green. F prime of x is equal to. I'm sorry. The limit.
0. Half of x plus.
Perfect. 2 interpretations.
Slope of line tangent to f of x.
F prime of x. And it's the instantaneous rate of change. F prime of x is the slope of the tangent line to the graph of f at the point x, f of x. And it is the instantaneous rate of change of f at x. Open the floor to questions about that. 10 points. The first question is worth 10 points. They're 100 points total. Questions about this?
So, like, for that interpretation, is it like these are three different options you have, or is it like?
Oh yeah, sure. You can say whatever you like,
Um,
but I mean, you'll get full credit if you, for sure, if you do that. Yeah. Right, whatever you like. Number 2 asks to use the definition of derivative. It's going to be on some quadratic. Give me 3 positive integers.
1, 2, 5.
X squared plus 2x plus 5. Define. Let's call this f of x. So this is f prime of x. We've done enough shortcuts to know what's the answer we should get. 2x plus 2 should be the answer. I want you to use the definition to get there. Beat me to the answer. Yeah, go. I mean, the test is tomorrow. So you shouldn't be looking at me doing this at this point. Please.
So for this problem, if we use the power rule instead of the definition we used in the last problem, would we get points?
0. You'll get 0 points. F prime of x is equal to the limit as h tends to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. F of x plus h. So as you know, I'll calculate this, I'll calculate that, I'll subtract, divide everything by h, and then take the limit as h goes to 0. F of x plus h is x plus h squared plus 2 times x plus h plus 5. This is equal to x squared plus 2xh, struggling, plus h squared plus 2x plus 2h plus 5. Off the record remark, there is 2x right there. Now I got me coughing. I believe it's this 2. Let's see if that's the 2 that survives. 2x plus 2. F of x is equal to the original function x squared plus 2x plus 5. And let's go ahead and preview what's about to happen. So we're going to subtract these things. Everything not involving an h disappears. Then we'll divide everything by h. So all these x's and the constant without an h will subtract off. We'll have only h's left, and then you'll divide by h, and that will leave 2x plus 2. And then there'll be an extra h, but h is going to 0. So then f of x plus h minus f of x is equal to 2xh plus h squared plus 2h. So then f of x plus h minus f of x all over h is equal to 2x plus h plus 2. And then the limit as h tends to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h is equal to the limit as h tends to 0 of 2x plus h plus 2, which is 2x plus 2. Questions there? Open for questions about this. I think then I'll probably ask you some tangent line. Find the equation of the tangent line. So then find the equation of the tangent line at x equals 5. Y minus f of 5 equals f prime of 5 times x minus 5. I'm just going to fill in all of that. F of 5 is equal to 5 squared plus 2 times 5 plus 5. Excellent. F prime of 5 is 2 times 5 plus 2, which is 12. This game is over. Y minus 40 equals 12 times x minus 5.
We just leave it at that.
If I put a box around it, brother, that's it. Questions on this? Oh, please, and then I'll go here. Go ahead.
Do you want us to show us putting the number into the, like how you put f of 5, or you put like the
Just put 12, you mean?
Yeah.
Just be right. Yeah, that's right. Sure. Please.
Can you go back to the first problem and do like the define continuity part?
Yeah. Oh, define continuity. Yes, I skipped over that. Where is it? Where'd you go? Was it here? Yeah. Okay, so let's define continuity. F is continuous at x equals a if
The one as x goes to a of f(x) equals f, right?
right. So if x a is defined, the limit of
If x goes to a of f(x)
right. So
exists.
exists. That's right. And then the limit is equal to f of a. Or in one statement, the limit as x goes to a of f of x is f of a. Please.
So to get full credit, you have to write all three.
So I'll take either one. We can write these three things or that. Thank you for that reminder to actually do the problem. Questions about this? Continuity, derivative, important stuff. Please go ahead.
It's fine like if you write limit as x goes to 8 from the left equals like from the right one.
Wait, where? Where are you writing that?
Or here.
The limit as x goes to a
From the left equals limit as x goes to 8 from the right.
equals. Yes, of course. Okay, yeah, I couldn't say no to that. Other questions about this? Okay. Then find the derivative. 50 points. Number 3, find the derivative.
Is this like a multiple question where there's like
It has eight. Yeah, it has 8 parts. 8 parts. 8 derivative problems, and whatever poured out of my head at the time. Just like right now.
this is where we can apply like the rules we know, right?
Yep, all the rules. It's all open.
So like the previous question was just like the limit definition. And so this one is now to use.
Yep, we can use the chain rule. All the rules we've been talking about. Let's use them. Find the derivative of these functions, right? E to the cosine of 5x. Seven x plus 3 over 14x plus cosecant x. We'll do 4 at a time. Sine of cosine of tangent of e to the 11x to the 5th. There are 8 problems. They're each worth 6. One of them is worth 8, and it's like this. So yeah, here a lot's going on. So there are tons of formulas to remember about all these derivatives. Make sure you have them all stone cold down. There are these rules like C, we have to use the quotient rule. And here, 3 of these use the chain rule. We're going to know all of those. You all are doing SAT prep, right? So you all are doing test preparation. So for this test, I mean, you should be progressing pretty well as you're going through this test. Again, you get here. This is where most of the points are. Just check and double check. You don't want to lose any points here for any mistakes. No miss minus signs, nothing like that. Verify with a neighbor if you're getting the same thing. Zero mistakes. Zero mistakes. So this is the cosine of 5x.
Derivative of tan is equal to tan.
For D,
Secant squared.
11x.
The derivative of cosecant is equal to cosecant cotangent. Yes, that's it.
So again, in preparation and studying, make sure you make your own derivative table. All the functions, have them in one place so you can study them. Are we ready? Please.
For this type of questions, you don't really define it as f of x or anything, so can we just, do we have to like say something that you just write the answer?
You just write the answer. Go ahead.
How far do we have to simplify?
And we're about to find out. Yeah. Other question over here? The derivative of the tangent of x squared is secant x squared of x squared times 2x. Questions? The derivative of tangent is secant squared, so it's secant squared of the inside function times the derivative of the inside function. The derivative of e to the u is e to the u power times the derivative of the power. The derivative of cosine is negative sine of 5x times the derivative of 5x, which is 5. Put some space down here for C. This is u, that's v. We're going to use the quotient rule. The derivative of u over v is u prime v minus v prime u all over v squared. 7 times 14x plus cosecant x minus 7x plus 3 times 14 minus cosecant x cotangent x all over 14x plus cosecant x all squared. And that's it. You can leave it just like that. Did I answer your question about simplification? Yeah. That's it. Yeah, and the grader likes that too, because then the grader can just see, okay, you know exactly what's going on. Okay. D. We'll start over here. The derivative of the sine of the cosine. The derivative of sine is cosine of the cosine of the tangent of e to the 11x to the 5th times the derivative of, well, I can go ahead, the derivative of this cosine is negative sine of the tangent of e to the 11x to the 5th times the derivative of tangent is secant squared of e to the 11x to the 5th times e to the 11x to the 5th times the derivative of 11x to the 5th, 55x to the 4th. Yeah, I can scroll. Go ahead.
If you would just put 11 e to 11 x to the 5th into a 5 x to the 4th, that'd be the same thing.
Say that one more time.
Because I thought that if it was derivative of e to the a x to the 5th, it was always a e to the a x to the 5th.
Oh, thank you. So the derivative of e to the ax is e to the ax times the derivative of ax, which is a,
Yeah.
the derivative of e to the 11x to the fifth. So this does not fit this, right? Because this fifth power matters. So it is e to the 11x to the fifth times the derivative of 11x to the fifth, right? 55x to the fourth. So you're always multiplying by the derivative. So the derivative of ax is a. So you're always multiplying by the derivative of the power. Please.
I forgot to ask, you said the first question is 10 points, and the second question
20.
20.
Questions about any of these? Let's do 4 more. ABCDE 4x plus 3 to the fifth times, let's do e to the tangent x plus 5x to the third all to the seventh. Let's take the derivative of that. Product rule. Secant of x tangent x. What's the derivative of that? H. Let's do the natural log of, let's do sine x plus e to the cosine of x. Let's do that. I. How about g, right? G H. And then let's try, let's put this inside. Let's do cosecant of the natural log of x squared minus 7. So this is all chain rule. So yeah, we'll test on the trig functions will be all over the place. The product rule, the quotient rule, the chain rule, the log, the trig. Yeah, it's all the exponential polynomials. It's all there. That's all there. Place.
So the sectional questions you told us that are really test, are they going to be the questions that contain binary derivatives, or are they going to be their own separate questions?
They're their own separate questions. That's the last question on the test. That's U, that's V. U prime is 5 times 4x plus 3 to the fourth times the derivative of 4x plus 3, 4. V prime is equal to 7 times e to the tangent of x plus 5x to the third all to the sixth times e to the tangent of x times secant squared x plus 15x to the second. And then you just need to write u prime v plus v prime u. Excellent. U prime is secant x tangent x. B prime equals secant squared. And then cross multiply. So it looks like it's going to be, I'll write this one out, is secant cubed x plus secant x tangent squared.
So you have to simplify down to the
Wait, where?
for if you did it with the product.
This is fine right here. Yeah. Natural log. We'll recall that the derivative of the natural log of u is 1 over u times u prime. Therefore, it's 1 over the sine of x plus e to the cosine of x times the derivative of that, which is the cosine of x plus e to the cosine of x times negative sine. 1 over u times u prime. This seems to be in parentheses. Go ahead.
Can you scroll up?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Oh, you mean up? Is that okay? Okay. H. Cosecant of the natural log of x squared minus 7.
Is G ln sin x plus e to the power?
Cosecant, the derivative of cosecant is negative cosecant cotangent, negative cosecant of the natural log of x squared minus 7. Cotangent of the natural log of x squared minus 7. Times the derivative of the natural log of x squared minus 7, which is 1 over x squared minus 7 times the derivative of x squared minus 7, which is 2x. So if you want to practice, throw some functions together, take derivatives, and yeah.
We should one over okay.
Say it again?
So 1 over x squared minus 7 times 2x. That's it.
Oh, so it's all of this
Yeah.
times this times that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll take any questions about this particular problem. So it's all just the rules we've been building up to. Please.
So for f, when it's like that easy to, that's something to simplify, you want us to simplify that.
You mean this? H?
F.
Letter F, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should do u times. You should write out the formula. Yeah, so secant times secant squared plus tangent times secant tangent. You should do that. Yeah. You should write it out. Yeah.
So you wouldn't take the derivative of 2x not 32.
Say it again.
At the very bottom at h, right?
At H. Okay.
You wouldn't put times 2, you leave it at 2x.
Oh, so right. So it would be times 2x times the derivative of x. And that's why it's a 1 and there's nothing there. Yeah. Yeah. Other questions about this? So it's 80 points up until this point, and then we'll get to some conceptual things. It's worth 20 points. There are A parts. I'll ask about so here's some topics. So I ask about increasing and decreasing. And its relationship to f prime. I ask about the intermediate value theorem. I ask about the relationship between continuity and differentiability. Yeah, basically those topics encapsulate everything basically that I ask. I may ask you to verify a derivative. Verify a derivative.
What do you mean by that?
I'm going to say show the derivative of this is that. Right? Show that the derivative of this thing is this other thing. And so you can use any of the rules there. That's not necessarily by the definition. So I was talking with one of my colleagues, Michael Young, last night, and he was talking about, I was telling him some of these problems, and he was like, oh, there's one that's similar to that we give at Iowa State that wrecks people on the midterm, right? And so here's a problem like that. That's like one of the ones that I am asking. Suppose the equation of the tangent line to f of x at x equals 4 is y equals 2x plus 3. What is f of 4? And what is f prime of 4? F of 4? No. What is f of 4?
11.
F of 4 is 11. 11. 2 times 4 plus 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. F prime of 4? 2. That's the slope of the tangent line. Slope of the tangent line. So this is good. So here's the thing you just can't do. You can't write on problem number 1 that the derivative is the slope of the tangent line, and then not write 2 for this. I'm not going to believe you. I'm going to have to go back and mark the other one wrong. I mean, because then you're just regurgitating, and it's not like you know, right? So f prime of 4 is the slope of the tangent line. So the slope of 2x plus 3 is 2. Okay. So one of the things that I'll do is I'll say explain. The word explain maybe appears more than any other word on this test, right? So any other word that's more than 4 letters. So what would you write to explain this? Why is f of 4 equal to 11? Why? Because
that equation is tangent to the graph at x equals 4.
And that means what? That means that
where it touches the graph at x equals 4, the y coordinate is right there.
Yes, that's okay. That's fine. And why is f prime of 4 equal to 2? Yeah, because f prime of 4 is the slope of the tangent line at 4, and the slope of y equals 2x plus 3 is 2. Excellent. Oh, you want to repeat? Let's open the floor. Let's get some other responses. How would you say f of 4? Why would you say f of 4 is 11?
Because f of x and f prime of x are a point.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Point is f4.
Say that again, go ahead.
So f of x and f prime of x share a point because f prime of x is the slope of the tangent, or the f prime of x is the tangent line, right?
F prime of x is the slope of the tangent line. F prime of x is the slope of the tangent line. So f prime of x is not a line, it's the slope of the tangent line. So yeah, why is f of 4 11? Go ahead.
The tangent line is evaluated, that specific tangent line is evaluated at a specific point in the original of f of. It's evaluated at a specific point that the tangent line and f of x have in common, and that's 4. Or it's 4 because it says at x equals 4. So when you plug in f of 4 into y.
When you plug 4 into y, yeah.
They're going to be the same because they have that.
Okay, I'll take that. Okay. Others? What do we know about f at 4? It has a derivative at 4. What does that mean? That means that the closer you get to 4, the more it looks like a straight line. What line is that? 2x plus 3. And so when you're actually 4, it's actually the same value. Right? Okay. That works as well. I prefer that. Okay. Okay, good. I'll take other questions about this particular conception. Okay, that's it. I will hang around. We'll end class officially at this moment, and then I'm here to take whatever other random questions there are. Well, let me close class first. Okay, so that is it. Hang around. I'll be here to talk about anything that worries you or anything about the test. Go ahead. You bring it with me and it's F4, thank you. So, F4 is you can plug 4 into y equals 2x plus 3, and that represents what the value of f is at 4 because f has a derivative at 4. And so that means that f can be perfectly replaced, f of 4 can be perfectly replaced with the tangent line. And it's because f has a derivative at 4.
So because this is derivative at 4, those values are synonymous with the actual function.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yes.
I used to be before to like show my friends like how to do
Absolutely. Go ahead. Let's get to work. Yeah.
one on them.
How are we feeling about this?
I just crank out some studying hours.
That's correct. That's correct. Are we going to see Jessica tonight?
Probably. I have to do my problem.
I will talk with her about, I don't know what she's going to do tonight, whether she's going to run some study session or something, or, yeah. Which one? Yeah, so I'm going to say f of 3 is 20. I'm going to say f of 1 is -8. I'm going to say f of 12 is 42. And then I'm going to ask you, is f 15 anyway? Right, so then.
So, well, like you kind of have to kind of
8.
So like,
Yeah.
and also, so for the F4, so I will, if you get confused with the derivative of 4, you show F4 would be equal to derivative of 5.
No, I'm sorry, so that f of 4
Or not F4.
would be equal to the value of line of 4.
I understand
Yeah.
that, but I don't know if
It's right exactly what you just said.
oh, okay.
That's right exactly what you just said. Yeah.
It's like a compound function.
And you're the easier grader between you and
So I come back on Sunday,
Yes.
and she's either gonna have it graded, or I'm gonna grade it Sunday night and try and give it to you back on Monday. So that means I'm gonna be grading it fast, and that means I'm gonna be grading it easy.
Nice.
But if she grades it on Friday,
Yeah.
then but she'll be grading it on Friday, and she'll want to get it done on Friday too. So it works both ways. Yeah. But to that point, that when we hand it back, then if there's anything that you feel like you should get more points back on, just let me know. I'll take a look at it. I mean, yeah, because we have to grade 30 of these. We can make mistakes too.
Right.
Wait, where? Y equals is the line tangent. Okay.
So what's the derivative?
That's right.
Okay, good. Thank you. Like, what?
This is like show that like f is when f is decreasing, f prime is negative.
Yeah.
Can we use like any examples of that, or do we have to use a specific problem that?
No, you need to use a generic function. Just call it f.
Okay.
And it follows directly from the positive one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome here.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll be here. Let me know. You remember it? Okay.
When you say verify a derivative, what do you mean again?
Yeah, so I'm thinking about something like this, right? So let me see if I can find one. So it's something like this, right? So I'll say verify that I need to use a different. Verify if f of x equals the natural log of let's say sine, then f prime of x equals cotangent
Oh, yeah.
Victoria.
Go ahead and try and prove that.
Okay.
Try and prove that. Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to know what this notation means. I don't want to know my number.
Yeah. Okay.
So T over T.
It means the derivative. That's it. There's another way of writing the derivative.
No.
And you said to prove continuity, like what I
To state continuity. To define continuity.
so
Yeah.
I have to remember all three of those rules.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
No, so look, this is 2 times u times
Yes.
So derivative of this is negative sine x10 times the prime tan. So the prime tan is c.
Yeah.
Like it was in the beginning. No, like you just have to remember what you're calling u every So sine of u, right?
this. Okay.
Sine of u. So what's it?
Yeah. I was just making sure where this minus sign
So
came from.
sine
And I see it. And
x
so.
Oh, yeah. So x prime
That was right.
times what's your u? This whole thing.
Yes, you like
U prime, so u prime of this is x prime of this is so x prime of this.
Oh no.
The next one is easy.
Yeah, right. So you want the derivative to be negative, right? So both the numerator and denominator are neither. No, you need more than that. Yeah, so go from the left, and then you go from the left. The numerator is on one side, the denominator is on the opposite side, and we go from the right. Yeah, just be very clear about that.
I think we'll give it
Okay, excellent. What did you add and subtract?
No,
now,
I was worried about that.
because it's supposed to do like.
no, this is perfect.
Is it not?
So, oh wait, you definitely need a minus sign. How did you change the order? So,
And then
first
the
of
next
all,
one,
it's
let's say it's not the same. Then you would say, oh, there was 3.
so you do common denominator. Yeah. So, but you switch the order for some reason. It's f times g minus g times f. So that's right. The g goes over here. The g of x goes over there. So this order is wrong. So then that gives you the minus sign that you need. Because you need to switch it. You need it to be this order, right? So then you've got. Okay, this doesn't have a g here.
It's funny.
That is g. So then.
So he's like.
Oh, you found the common denominator. The common denominator is g of x
He's going to
plus h times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So then this, right,
So yeah.
over h goes to f prime. This over h goes to g prime, right? And then that's so it's g f prime. I need that minus sign again. Times f g prime all over and then yeah.
Okay, so you have
Oh, okay, yes. So this
take the derivative of a of x and then like 1 over.
oh, because we never mentioned that the range was 0 to 5. 0 to 5. So then that should help you with the negative stuff that you should be
So
taking
between
plus.
a of x times 1 over.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
That's only if you're applying.
What's going on here? Let's just be careful. So that's right. Okay, so where do you want to start?
It's the derivative of
Which is what?
1 over x.
So 1 over
1 over sine of x.
times.
Times the derivative of sine of x.
Which is
Cosine.
so what is that? Why is that written?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so don't write that. Right? So it's this equals that. Something like that.
What kind of proof should we get for IVT?
So yeah, I'll give you some values of f, and then I'll ask, does f take these other values or not?
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So yeah, so I'll say f of 1 is 2. I'll say f of 11 is 450. Then I'll ask,
Yeah.
Are you sure F is also 15?
Yeah.
Are you sure F is 30? Are you sure F is negative 20?
And then we basically give the definition.
Technically,
You state the condition they evaluate. Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any inverse functions in this?
No, not on this one. The next step. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Doc.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Yeah, that's nice.
If you want, we'll do another one and you can do that one.
So the one that I'm going to give is going to be similar to that, but then it's going to require that you do some simplification. It won't be as obvious. You'll need to do something.
What?
It's getting text everywhere.
So, I'll just do the same thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Here, we can't have a negative exponent, right? So you know, so for example, if I just say
Well, you have to make sure you
Oh,
include all
this
other
is
stuff.
the
Yeah.
sorry for taking so long.
Before you start, they know what is in the and what.
I got too
No.
excited.
Oh, okay, that'd be perfect. And then like doing the next step of the change. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Even on the test, like
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He already used his help.
It has to be negative signs.
So I've actually been on
I might be confusing.
No, not okay, but you still know identities, right? Times squared F squared.
I need a step between these two.
That's a good question. So.
Because I don't know how to write it in a way that would make it.
Oh, you definitely need a number. Yeah. Because now this is all algebra, so you can rearrange this however you want. We pulled this g of x plus h, just move that out of the way. But this h needs to come and hit both of those, and you can do that legally. So this h divides this and this, right?
Yeah.
So you can put h under here, put h under there. And then f of x plus h minus f of x over h goes to f prime. G of x plus h minus g of x over h goes to g prime. So I guess one more step in between where you put the h under each one.
Okay, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be kind of not well like autologically there's zero or not? It's like all or nothing.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like no 85 or like stuff.
You're gonna check. You're gonna look over it. That's what my teacher said. Because auto lab isn't like perfect. You're gonna actually look at your code and check it themselves.
I mean, I've gotten like 2 zeros.
So, like,
already.
Even if you get a 0, it won't be like actually a 0.
Okay.
Like that won't be your final grade.
Okay. I hope they get partial credit.
They do. Cause like I used strings on like one of the first 2 homework assignments, and I got a 0 on auto lab. But like they still gave me like an 80%.
Yeah.
Cause they went over it. But yeah, auto lab screws me over so much. And like for our homework now, like one of the test cases for like our assignment is like completely wrong. It's like yeah, it's just.
Should I just lift this up and give you more space at the board?
No, it's okay.
Okay. It's
Thank
up to
you.
you. I don't think I'm using this anymore.
So when you see it, like what is this?